guys, welcome back to episode 2 of season 4 at championship level with the Cambridge United team here on FIFA 22. It took us a while to get here, but we are here, and actually we started kind of well. Yesterday, 0-0 draw with Barnsley where we could have won, and to be fair, we didn't necessarily outplay Blackburn. They were just awful at pressing, and we picked them apart, as you occasionally can do with a team on FIFA. 5 games today to round out the January transfer window. We will sim the Carabao Cup against Swansea, play Huddersfield, play Preston, sim Reading, and play Palace on transfer deadline day. That's the plan for now. With the game against Swansea coming midweek, we're going to, and with us not actually putting too much emphasis on it, going to play with the second string side, or sim with the second string side, and probably lose heavily. What? Okay. We'll win heavily. Conde, Morley, and Joey Ironside off the bench. Well, that was unexpected. It just means that those fringe players will get more first-team football, which is only good for them. The transfer bid from Gwilt from Bruges, which we will reject. Go away. I'm not selling any of my players this season. I want the squad, with at the risk of being slightly unrealistic, depending on what transfers come in. I am wanting my championship winning, as in League One championship winning squad, to have the chance to prove their worth at this level. We've made 2 signings, of course, with Scott Twine coming in to play out on the left, and we brought in a backup centre-back in Doyle, who very much impressed off the bench actually in the last episode, and hopefully will continue to do so. But the fringe players and bench players can be a little bit tired, but we shouldn't need to call on too many of them. Huddersfield Town at home as we continue to challenge for promotion to the Premier League. Not going to happen, is it? It's just early doors, but we'll wait and see where we are around about the January transfer window, and maybe we can push for a playoff spot. I'd be delighted with top half, to be honest. Right, Huddersfield at home, then Preston away, Reading at home, and Palace at home. Home. Huddersfield Town then recently of the Premier League, although less recently in this save now because we're another 4 years down the line. Jamal Blackman in goal for them. 5 back, although it seems in the Championship it's 5-2-3, whereas in League One it was 5-3-2. So I guess that's easier to play against. It was for Blackburn anyway. Pippa at right wing back with Edmonds Green, Louis Wright regen, Mamadou Nabi Sarr still here, and Harry Tofola on the left-hand side of midfield. John Russell, Karel Eiting, not sure how to pronounce his name to be honest, but 78 rated, so decent. And Dwayne Holmes on the right-hand side with Josh Koroma on the left and Bruno Duarte through the middle. Indifferent side this for Norwich. For Huddersfield. Some really good players, and then some players that you would expect to see in League One, like Russell and Wright. We'll wait and see how this one goes. We're at full strength, though, for this one. At least the 11 is at full strength. And hopefully, it'll be more of a Blackburn than a Barnsley. Pippa into Russell. And a switch, trying to move my defensive line from one side of the pitch to the other. That's good football. And Bruno out to Koroma. Looking for Bruno again. The first goal conceded at our temporary home of the Beaverwood. In fact, the first goal to go in at our temporary home all told, because it was 0-0 against Barnsley, but that was very well done by Huddersfield Town. Top finish, and we're 1-0 behind. Pippa inside to Russell, forward quickly. Oh, these front two got me chasing shadows at the minute. Really good attacking play from Huddersfield so far in this game. Holmes with the delivery, well blocked by Teddy Coles. Huddersfield actually having a very good season in real life, aren't they? Challenging for promotion back to the Premier League. Corner to come in from that far side. They're going to take it short. Eiting could stand it up. He's got support on the floor if he needs it. He's just going to drive in and win another corner. Taking their time here slowly. Huddersfield. Again, they'll give it to Eiting. Is he actually going to make a definitive decision this time? I just kept going left and right, hoping he'd actually give me an indication of what he was actually going to do. Get rid of it, please, Teddy. Not the best of full-powered clearances, but away it goes anyway. Huddersfield 1-0 up, and definitely the better team thus far in the game, but could be caught on the counter-attack from their own corner. Scott Twine to try and turn and find Joey, but I've misplaced the pass. Twine In there to Stone. And Joey trying to tuck them narrow if we can. Rudoni could get on the end of this if I cross it. He really could. It's a brilliant header by Edmonds Green. Chapman could win this. Should have done, but he's out-muscled brilliantly by Russell. Out-muscled by Russell. Love it. Right. Well, I don't love it because it was my play that was out-rustled. Lol. Joey's in. We're rustling, Huddersfield fans. It's 1-1 at the Beaverwood. Up the Yellers. That all kind of fell into place quite nicely in the end, didn't it? We'll take it. Joey Ironside again. That's a nice ball out to Karoma. It's a nice tackle by Josh Key. Nice turn by Stone and Rudoni to Joey Ironside. We are obviously... Oh, that was a heavy touch. We're obviously riding a wave of positivity and good form from our title win last year. I certainly don't expect this seemingly really good run to the new season to continue throughout the year. Karoma's offside there, but certainly if we're able to go undefeated in our first 3 games and hold out for this draw, if not maybe even push to try and perhaps get a winner, as they look to step up their press. Oh, I hope that's not going to become a theme here in the Championship, besides playing this formation, pressing like mad and just fucking it up, because otherwise we'll end up in the Premier League super easily. Ironside looking for Stone. Okay, looking for Lancaster. It was meant for Elijah Stone. Never mind, Lancaster turns well. Looks to deliver the ball in, but it's well blocked and cleared away. And here come Huddersfield now on a counter of their own. Bruno over the top. Lovely ball to Karoma. Keane Bryant's chasing him. It's a lovely turn by Karoma again. And thankfully Michael Gwilt is across to deal with it. Otherwise we'd have been in trouble. But my ball out is poor. I tried to get it down the line and he played it central. And thankfully there's an offside or a handball or something's in there. 25 minutes to go here. It's still 1-1. I don't know as I want to change anything at this particular moment in time. I'm quite happy with the way the side is playing. We could obviously bring Condé on sooner rather than later to try and firm up in the middle. And I think we might do around about the 75th, 80th minute if it's still 1-1. But for now, I'm going to try and get myself a second goal. I keep giving Huddersfield the ball back. Oh, thank you. They've given me the ball back. Joey. Where's Rudoni going? That side. Oh, he needed to let it run. No, he didn't. He's got the acceleration to get away. Rudoni. Cambridge 2. Huddersfield Town 1. The mistakes from Blackburn were obvious and multiple. Mistakes from Huddersfield have been occasional, but still get punished. On the counter-attack, as they gifted us possession, Joey gets the assist this time. I was slightly annoyed at Rudoni when he took that first touch, but thankfully he's just got enough pace to stay away, as he did for his goal against Blackburn yesterday. Just got enough pace to stay away from the man that's chasing him and buried into the top corner, and we've turned it around at home. Huddersfield going to look to try and get themselves back level if they can, but the press. Our defensive line is doing okay, but that press is coming, and that is straight at Cooper, thankfully. But that's where teams against us are going to get unstuck. If they press like that, that was very similar to Blackburn. See, the press here works because I'm in my defensive third. But as soon as they press too far, like they've pushed 2 men up there chasing the goalkeeper. As soon as they press too far, it's just going to be so easy to just cut them apart. There's just no defensive shape there whatsoever. Really needs looking at from EA's point of view, because it's far too easy to cut a team apart. They just leave themselves so exposed. Cambridge 3, Huddersfield 1. We're going to get our second win of the season. And maybe we might be challenging for a playoff spot this season. We shall have to wait and see how the simulated games go. I was very surprised at the win against Swansea, I have to be honest. We'll wait and see how the played game away from home against Preston goes. And then the simmed game after that. I can't remember who it's against actually off the top of my head. But we're playing Palace at the end of the episode, and that certainly should be a test. But again, the press... They're just pressing for pressing's sake. It's not actually because it's going to get them the ball. They just press everywhere, and you just play around it. Huddersfield aren't going to get 2 back now. They might get 1, though. Can't rule them out. They did go 1-0 up in this game with a very capable finish. But Russell's going backwards in their midfield, and now they're patient. They rush everything for the majority of this second half. Now they're patient when they're 3-1 down. Unless they were just resigned to defeat and just waiting for that final whistle. Well... 7 points from our opening 3 championship games certainly is a surprise. A very even game again. I only had 3 shots. They just so happened to all go in. Huddersfield had 4 and were only able to score 1 of them. Oh, Reading was our other game later today, wasn't it? That's the one we're going to sim. So, evidence so far would say that we are potentially promotion challenging this season. It's unlikely that it's automatic promotion challenging that we're doing. It's almost certainly going to be a playoff spot that we're challenging for if we're to challenge for promotion. But, I mean, we appear to be doing well enough so far. But there's still 43 games to go, so I won't get carried away just yet. Although I am pleased with how we've adjusted to the league to this point. 5-2-1-2 for Preston. And, well, with a 63 rated goalkeeper in goal, it's perhaps no surprise that they're down in 20th in the league. Olasunde at right wing back, Jordan Story, Patrick Bauer, Liam Lindsay and Josh Earl at the back. That is a strong defensive 5. But with a low rated goalkeeper in goal, it's not great for them, is it? Ali McCann at centre mid alongside Ben Whiteman. Brad Potts at cam with Emil Rees and Sean Maguire up top. Maguire is quick, so will play better than 68 rated, but that arguably is one of the best squads, best 11s we've played against so far this season. I'd be surprised if they don't turn to some sort of press like Blackburn did, like Huddersfield did. But whilst Huddersfield were playing regularly, like they did from the off, they were really difficult to play against. As soon as they switched to that press on possession loss, we just cut them apart. Might be a theme this season until we get to the Premier League. Might be a theme. Just be prepared for it. There's not really much I can do about it in that case. Ironside in here to Elijah Stone. Back to Conde, who's going to get the start here. A couple of players rotated in for tired legs. Obviously, this game is midweek. Lancaster, that would have been a lovely way to score a goal. I shouldn't have shot there with Conde. I regret doing it. And I regret playing that pass as well. 0-0. Earl through the gap there to Maguire. Nice tackle by Doyle into the starting lineup for the first time. And, well, ooh. Unexpected, but they've kept possession. Preston going back to... Oh, he's done me there. I leapt in. Oh, and then his touch was heavy. Lancaster will get that to Conde. Here's Stone. We'll just take it slow. I'm not going to rush at them. We'll play our usual calm possession football, he says, as he rushed a pass and gave it away. Here's Potts looking for Rees in behind. Oh, he's done brilliantly. It's done brilliantly. I was certain that was going out when it went down the line and it looked like it was overplayed, and he's kept it in, and I envisaged him taking a touch and turning, and he didn't. He just slid for it just to keep it in, and that made me overcommit with Teddy Coles. Oh, and how unlucky is Cooper. A whiff. His armpit hair would have felt the breeze as it went through there. That's 1-0 Preston. We are behind, but we've been behind before this season. It hasn't stopped us yet. Josh Key into Conde and across. Oh, the ref didn't even give an advantage for that. All right, ref. Ironside looking for Conde as if it's our non-league N'Golo that's in the box. Joey couldn't quite work the angle for the shot. Jeers from the deep down massive behind the goal. Preston, a side that occasionally have challenged to get to the Premier League and then ended up going down to League One as well in the past 20 odd years. Not a side that you would expect to be near the top of the table. Oh, that's only just wide from Earl. Straight down the middle with a free kick. Straight down the middle with a shot. And he's just managed to knock it wide, unfortunately for him and thankfully for me. Very nearly 2-0 down. Here's Rees. I don't know if it's Rees or Rice. Imagine it's Rees, like John Arne Riise. Oh, it's really well worked. Oh, and it's snuck in the bottom corner as well from Rees. We've conceded 2 in a game now. That was a beautiful finish. Drilled into that bottom corner. The first touch. Oh, it's bending away from the keeper as well. It's an awkward one for Michael Cooper because initially it looks like he's coming straight at him and he goes to make the save. It's just a movement on the ball. Takes it right into that corner. It's an exceptional finish from Rees. And we are 2-0 down here at Deepdale. For the first time this season at this level, we have got a challenge on our hands. That's nicely worked inside. And Potts, to be fair, I can use Ollie Burke instead of Shedler, can't I? And just use Shedler as a last resort. We will work that away. And he'll find Elijah Stone here. Joey's there. Stone's going to go again, but there is room out wide. Just need to be careful with how I use Schädler. Looking across here for Conde, and again, oh, it's over hit, looking for Lancaster. Keeper's come, though, will stand up towards the back post. Joey can't get there! Story with a brilliant header. Elijah Stone does well, though. Schädler, oh, not a bad effort, to be fair to him. Give him his dues. His shooting stat is rubbish, Schädler, but that was moving awkwardly. Could take this corner as well, and keeper's going to come. He's not going to get there. He is going to get there. Joey tried his best, right? He's actually had a decent 5 minutes there, Schädler, but I am going to bring Ollie Burke on out wide for him. And we should have a little bit more quality down that left-hand side now. And fingers crossed, in the remaining half an hour, we can get something out of the game. And McCann, can I get to that? I'm not going to get there. It's around the corner well. It's a good save by Cooper. I couldn't defend that at all. I had to rely on my goalkeeper there. And he's just saying, what are you doing, defence? I'll be honest, mate. I don't really know so far in this game. Preston have just been better than me for the first time in this season. We have found a side that are better than us. That was meant for Elijah Stone, and it was misplaced. And it thankfully won't cost me a goal, but it will cost me a corner, which could cost me a goal. Whiteman delivers. Keeper's going to come. I do love Michael Cooper. He's so good for us. Pump this up there. Oh, why has it got to be Conde that's up? Oh, I tell you what. I'm loving the fact that it's Conde that's up. It's skimmed off the top of his shiny bald head, and he's into the box here. Oh, he's overrun it slightly. It just bounced up off his foot there. I don't know whether you noticed it. As he was running through, that last touch just made it bobble up. He shook the defender off here, and then, is it this touch? That one there is so heavy. He's turned, and then it's just such a heavy touch. Every touch prior to that is a little touch. A little touch. A big touch. No, not there. That's not where I need a big touch. That's where I need a controlled touch, so you've got the angle to work this shot. Ah, that's annoying. We could have been back in it there at 2-1 and really had something to fight for in the latter stages. But it doesn't look like we're going to have anything to fight for other than pride in the final few minutes here. They're going to score a third. Yep, nothing but pride. And we haven't got much of that at the minute. Preston North End 3, Cambridge United 0. Welcome to the Championship. Reese. Oh, it's a lovely through ball to Olasunde. Right wing back is forward here. This is the first time this season where I've genuinely felt not good enough. I don't know whether it's in part because I'm playing a non-full strength... Oh, wow. A non-full strength side. We did have to make some changes for this game, but the players that came in are still good enough. Morley, 72. Conde, I mean, it's Conde. We know what he's all about. Schädler on the left is probably the only weak point in the side when he was on the field. Doyle at 71 has come in and been just as solid as Keane Bryan, but we haven't been at it here. Preston absolutely done me. Forward nicely, Reese. Olasunde. He is tired, Olasunde, so I'm trying to preempt where he's going to go. I couldn't do that very well. Maguire, good footwork. Is he onside here, McCann? He is. That header is... No! What the fuck are you doing? What? Let's watch the replay, shall we? How is this a clearance? What's he doing? Oh, God. That's the strangest own goal I've had scored or seen scored for a while. I press B for a clearance, and, well, all you've got to do, pal, is kick it this way. Like, he can, from there, he can certainly clear that ball. He's not planted his foot in a great position, but you can certainly clear that ball away from goal. (5-0) Preston. Looking for Ollie Burke for a consolation goal. And we are not going to get it. Oh, we might do. Okay, Conde just took 10 years to get it under control. Oh, dearie me. That is, yeah, that happened. I'm secretly kind of glad that I lost, because I felt like the first 3 games were a little bit questionable. At least the Huddersfield and the Blackburn games were a little bit questionable with the way that we were able to get the wins. But yeah, I didn't. When my first loss came, I didn't expect it to come like that. Reading at home next, which we will see with our full strength side, and we've got a game there. Roma have bid for Michael Cooper. What utter shite. Why would Roma want to sign a goalkeeper from a League One side that just got promoted into the Championship? bollocks, FIFA. Absolute bollocks. Right, we'll sim Reading. We'll sim West Brom as well. And Philadelphia Union want to buy Ben Warman. Oh, God. I tell you what, the transfer system in FIFA is so stupid. Why would... Just because a club is in the game doesn't mean they should bid for your players. Right, full strength side we will play against Reading. Can we recover from the Preston result? Yes, we can. With a 2-1 win, Joey Ironside and Elijah Stone with the goals. 3 points on the board. Right, the second string side will play in the simmed game against West Brom. And hopefully they can pull off as much of a shock against West Brom as they did against Swansea. A bid from Chapman from Valladolid. Reject. Not happening. Wrong opposition, mate. You're actually going to play the next game, to be honest, Lloyd. To be fair to you, pal. You're actually going to get a go now. Right, with that rotation 11, Cambridge United away from home at the Hawthorns. And at the Hawthorns. Oh. Yikes. A 4-0 defeat. And Okadina, as you see on the left-hand side there, was in their starting lineup. Yeah. Look at those match ratings. All in the 4s apart from Chapman and Burke. Ugh. I think that's the worst I've ever seen an entire squad play. To be fair, I've never actually checked the ratings from a simmed game, but that was disgusting. A bid for Borthwick Jackson. 1.2 million. I'm not looking to sell him because I just quite simply can't replace him at the moment. Or could I? I suppose if I had a youngster to come in, have I got anyone that could replace him? I don't really think so. I've got that young George who could come in at 57 rated, but I think that would be selling for the sake of selling. At the moment, I don't really feel like selling Borthwick Jackson, so he's going to stay. Right, third and final game of the episode. A loan offer for Holland, which actually I might be open to accepting. He is Cam in that second string side though, isn't he? I think I will accept that. He needs the sort of loan spell that Schädler had, and actually Holland could grow quite a bit. So fingers crossed that actually goes through for him. Right. Crystal Palace on transfer deadline day. And, well, who knows what to expect now. Right then, Crystal Palace. 4-3-3 for them. A refreshing change. Relegate. Were they relegated last year? They might have been relegated a couple of seasons ago. Can't remember who went down from the Premier League last year. Norwich and a couple of others, but who those two were, I can't recall. I'll have to go back and watch the season finale. But Crystal Palace have the best defensive record in the league so far this season, and are third, I think, after the 4 games or 5 games we've had so far this season. We are 6th, I believe. We've got Nelsildo Rice, or Reese. Race. Nelsildo in goal. Ed Leonard at right back. Regen. Jaro Riedewald alongside Pape Abu Cisse at centre back. 80 rated. Our first 80 rated opposition. Actually, is it? There was... can't remember. I can't remember whether it was my save or someone showed me a picture of it. Of someone in League One. I think it was someone showed me a picture of someone in League One. It might even be Northampton in League 2 with an 80 rated player. Papu Abu Cisse, our first 80 rated player that we've played against in this save. Certainly. In league football anyway. Nathan Ferguson at left back. Sheku Kuyate, Will Hughes and Mauro Junior in the middle. With Jordan Ayew on the right. Teo Bongonda on the left. And Federico Viñas through the middle. Strong side that for Crystal Palace. We are back to full strength with everybody available for us. And fingers crossed, we'll play slightly... Well, no, he didn't even play badly against Preston, to be honest. But the result will be better than it was against Preston. Cisse. Out wide to Teo Bongonda. Ferguson to Will Hughes. Bongonda. Quickly to Viñas. Bongonda again. This is dangerous, isn't it? The way they're building. Will Hughes inside to Mauro Junior. Looking for Viñas. Oh, Cooper just bats it away. Save well made. Jordan Ayew to Whippet. And Whippet he has. And up goes Brian with the header. Chapman's going to challenge, but there aren't many players in the league that are going to be able to outdo Kuyate aerially, but certainly offside there, Bongonda on the left-hand side. So we'll stay at 0-0 for now, but, well, you can see what Crystal Palace are all about from that opening highlight, can't you? We might be in trouble again here. Chapman. Oh, caught from behind. And the ref actually called it back. This is going to be a red. This is going to be a red. We know that animation. Federico Viñas in the 10th minute for Crystal Palace. Gone. Why? Why make a challenge like that this early on in the game? Baffling. They'll still probably win, but it might make our defensive work slightly easier. Stone looking for Joey around the corner to Lancaster, looking for Joey again and finding him as Ferguson doesn't quite do what he's supposed to. Chapman with the early effort. Oh, it was a terrible hit. The connection on the ball was awful. It was sliced and it was spinning and it was barely moving through the air. That happened in slow motion. But slow motion into the top corner. Show me a replay. Unbelievable effort from George Chapman. Hit first time. It wasn't good technique. I mean, I did not intend to slice it like that. If that's... I mean, maybe he did mean to hit it like that. But it floated and it felt like it was barely moving. Goal of the season contender. Right damned there. Wow. Don't care who you've got in goal. No one stops that. His first goal of the season, Georgie Chapman from a deeper role. Yeah, if you're going to get one, you might as well do that. Junior, cross to Ayew. And back to Leonard. Here's Riedewald. Ayew. Kouyaté. Will Hughes. Oh, it's perfectly weighted. Here's Teo Bongonda. Oh, an impressive goal of their own. Crystal Palace respond, and in quite some fashion. That's the sort of first time laced, pumped shot I thought I was going to get from Chapman, that I wanted from Chapman. He sliced it, and it went into the back of the net at half a mile an hour. That one is travelling from Teo Bongonda. That's 1-1, and I'm not surprised that Patrick Vieira absolutely loves that. He's definitely not been that svelte since his playing days, though. Here's Riedewald. Kouyaté dropping in a little bit. Here's Will Hughes, Jordan Ayew. Will Hughes goes for a worldie now. He wasn't far away. Ordinarily, I would have said that was definitely going wide, but after the way that Chapman's goal went in, I was worried for a minute that was going to float into the top corner in similar fashion. I shouldn't have played that pass. Jordan Ayew was there waiting. They're playing with no striker now, Crystal Palace, but Jordan Ayew keeps tucking in, and they also have players pushing forward from deep. That's a poor ball. I should look for the right back first. That's my fault. I've not really been that good in this game so far. Them being down to 10 men has definitely helped. And it doesn't seem like it's hindered them that much either. With 6 minutes to go till half-time, you can see the lack of a striker in there, but Mauro Junior keeps pushing forward from midfield. Win that, please, Teddy. Jordan Ayew has the physicality over Teddy Coles, and 10-man Crystal Palace have a 2-1 lead. Certainly not done and dusted this game. Cissé's coming. Lancaster going to need to look for support. They do have the best defensive record, as we said at the beginning of the game. And, well, with a striker off, defensively, they're still going to be as good as they ever were, aren't they? And offensively, they've not been incredible, but they've been good enough to cause me all sorts of problems. Teo Bongonda out to Mauro Junior. Oh, I thought I was going to get a tackle in there, and nothing happened. Bongonda, was he onside? He was. Here's Nathan Ferguson forward from left back. Back there to Mauro Junior. It's good football, good footwork. Will Hughes, Jordan Ayew. Oh, they're working it about brilliantly, and Teo Bongonda makes it 3-1 Palace. They may only have 10 men. They're still much better than me. I couldn't get near them there for that entire move. Swept home by the man in the middle. They just passed it around me, and then a quick ball across. Good footwork. It's a good goal. It's a really good goal. Yeah, after the first 3 games of the season, I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe we could challenge for promotion. We might still be able to, but certainly we've come back down from Cloud 9 with a bit of a bump. A 5-0 defeat to Preston, and now losing 3-1 at home against 10-man Crystal Palace. Certainly going to feel that bump for a while, aren't we? Here's Hughes into Mauro Junior and out wide to Teo Bongonda. Is it to be 4? No, it's not. Michael Cooper makes the save. I just held my breath there and waited to see what happened, concentrating on defending. Still got nowhere near the ball. Bongonda will deliver the whip into the middle. Felipe Anderson coming off the bench for Jordan Ayew. Brilliant. Cisse wins that header. Kouyaté wins that one, but thankfully it's straight into the arms of Cooper. They only had 2 men back there, so I'll pump this out looking for Scott Twine, but it's not accurate enough, unfortunately. Twine hasn't had the opportunity to really do much for me thus far, so I can't be too critical of him, because a lot of my players been coming back down the right-hand side. Rudoni to Ironside. Now we could get Twine involved. Now we really could get Twine involved. Come on then. He's not as fast as I thought he was, Twine. Lancaster at the back post. Brilliant. Scott Twine's done something now. Cambridge 2, Crystal Palace 3. Go and pick that ball up. Let's see if we can't rescue a point. Kouyaté with a lovely ball over the top. Teddy Coles does well. It's typical. As soon as I started talking about Twine not really having the opportunity to do much, not actually doing much so far in his Cambridge United career, he pops up with a really good run and an excellent assist. I wonder if I wasn't necessarily bad-mouthing him, but if I question what other people have done, maybe they'll pop up with something similar. Twine. Oh, it's a terrible ball. Looking for Joey Ironside, but kicked it straight at the defender there. It just wasn't good enough. Nathan Ferguson played in. He's going to look down the line. Josh Key as well, but I can't quite keep it in. That's actually my throw, apparently. Okay, I'll take it. Give that there to Elijah Stone. And spin. And look for Rudoni. And Chapman's there. They brought on Spence for Junior. Here's Teddy Coles forward. That's an even worse pass. Christ knows what that was from Teddy. He's 75 rated now, Teddy Coles. He certainly should be able to play a better pass than that. Bongonda has been brilliant for Crystal Palace in this game. Elijah Stone has done wonders there. And if I can time this right, Joey's in. And he's onside. Joey Ironside. 3-3. A point rescued at home against the 10 men. We were back down to earth with a bump, but we've bounced. Ah! Big Joey! 3-3. Bongonda intercepted. We couldn't, could we? We couldn't, could we? Oh! Still good. Still good. Joey. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, we could have done. We really could have won it right at the death. A 3-3 draw against 10-man Crystal Palace. Don't ever let anyone tell you that the Championship isn't an entertaining league, because we've had a remarkable start to the season here. It's been absolutely nuts. Goals aplenty at both ends, for us and against us. That was unreal. So, now we come back to transfer deadline day. Biggest deal so far, Christopher Nkunku to Barcelona from Leipzig for £130.1 million. Florian Wirtz has gone from Leverkusen to Inter for £118 million. And Richarlison, £92 million from Roma to Atletico Madrid. Now, whilst I remember, because I've forgotten to this point, I will show you the squad numbers before we finish deadline day. You can see them on your screen there. I won't individually shout them all out, but you can see what we've done. So the squad players have rotation numbers. Former Cambridge United or current Cambridge United players have kept their current Cambridge United numbers. So I've not given Lancaster like the number 11 on the wing or whatever. He's going to keep his 23. I've not changed any real life Cambridge players. But everyone else is as you see it. As you see it. Big Joey Ironside. At this rate, 4 goals, 4 assists in 6 games. At this rate, Joey's definitely getting another contract extension, isn't he? Conde's contract expires at the end of the season, so does Keane Bryan's. But depends where we are at any given moment later on in the season as to whether we actually offer extensions to them or not. Conde probably, Keane Bryan probably not at this stage, but we'll wait and see what happens. We spent 9.25 million. Holland loan agreement is assured. He will go to FC Copenhagen in Denmark for the rest of the season. That will be a good move for him. He should grow really well out there. I'll have to replace him in that lineup. It's weird that he hasn't gone yet. Or maybe now that I've accepted it, he should actually go. Waiting for it actually to confirm, but is that it? Okay, that was weird. It took forever to actually confirm. So I need to sort that out a little bit, but we'll do that at a later date. Something big just might have gone through. Well, that's what happens when you get relegated. An outpouring of players. Crystal Palace could have been even better than they were lined up against us in that last game. Eze sold, Zaha sold, Aaron sold, Mateta sold, Elise sold. They have been gutted absolutely gutted from relegating from the Premier League. Wow. That's the most I've ever seen from a relegated side just have their squad blitzed. That's outrageous. You've got to feel for Palace fans seeing all of their best players go. £1.3 billion spent on deadline day alone. Now Feyenoord have bid for Cooper. Go away. Right, so we'll have a quick look actually at some of the moves in the transfer window here in the Championship, because you might be interested. So I'll just quickly spin through them. I'm not going to dwell on any unless there's something remarkable. Burnley having a couple of players go, Maksimovic and Macias for £64.5 million. They've not yet reinvested that money. I expect they'll go ham in January. Why Palace haven't spent any of the £161 million they've just earned is beyond me as well, but still, it is what it is. Madja in and Sargent out at Norwich. It's not really good business for them, and a lot of clubs doing fuck all in the entire window. A lot of teams doing absolutely nothing in the entire window. So top deals then in this transfer window so far. Well, in this transfer window, because we're at the end of it. We've seen those three. Luis Diaz moves on from Liverpool to go to Juventus. Jude Bellingham to Spurs is one that we saw earlier and marvelled at. Paulo Dybala to Atalanta. Tom Alamar to Villarreal. Gabby Martinelli, not from Arsenal, from Leverkusen to Brighton, so he is back in the Premier League. Mazraoui to Juventus. Vlasic from West Ham to Real Madrid. Denis Zakaria to Manchester United. They should have signed him in real life for about 8 million. Didn't. And now they have signed him in this save for 70 odd. Well done, mate. Paulinho is going to Liverpool for 68.2. Bernardo Silva moves on to AC Milan. Cherki is at Lazio now for 67. Andreas Christensen leaves the Premier League to go to Sevilla. Darwin Nunez is a striker I would like to have at some point in this save, if possible. If we can get to the point of being able to afford him whilst he's still of an age where he can actually do something. Evan Nielsen has gone to Lille. Yves Bissouma from Sevilla to Arsenal. Manuel Akanji to Manchester United. Niklas Sula to Arsenal from Mönchengladbach. Fabian to Juventus. Renan Lodi to Sociedad. Kubo to Leipzig. Grimaldo to Arsenal at left back. Callum Hudson-Odoi to PSG. Lisandro Martinez to Bayern München. Jack Grealish goes to AC Milan for half the money that Manchester City paid for him. Sambi Lokonga moves to Borussia Dortmund. He's supposed to be a really good player, isn't he, Sambi Lokonga? Could be someone we could look at later down the line. Aaron Barry to AC Milan. Anything else that stands out? Malacia to Everton. Maxi Gomez to Lazio. Giovanni Reina to Monaco. Elise went to Celta Vigo. What was he rated at, Elise? Can't see. Should be a really, really good player, though, by the end of his career. Meslier has gone to Atalanta from Leeds. And that rounds out the transfer window. Well, that was an entertaining episode, wasn't it? There was everything in there other than, actually, any transfer business for me. We'll advance, actually, a couple more days. We might as well try and get those other monthly scout reports in. We'll have a look at them here before we end. Anything... Oh, my God. He's awful. Hello? Kirk Falconer, 2.9 million. Our first Scottish talent. Our first proper Scottish talent. Let's go. He's a forward position, evidently. I'm not having a look at the other two reports yet. I want to go straight off and have a look at him. Centre forward, 66 rated, 5'6", short pass of 69, free kick accuracy 70. He is a cam, lads. He is a cam. Let's change him to cam. Well, as Holland goes, a 5-star weak foot as well. As Holland leaves on loan, we have a man to replace him in the lineup. We have a man to replace him who's already better than Holland. That couldn't have worked out better at all, could it? Sorry, Rodon. Well, not apologising to Rodonic because... Oh, wow. I can't call him up yet. I could call him up. We'll wait for the time being. Was he even 16? He's 17. Do I call him up immediately? I mean, I might as well. Let's get him up. Wow. Wow. I'll do it afterwards. Let's go and see the other monthly reports. You don't need to see me just going through the menus. 2.9 million. That is, as far as I can recall, the biggest... Or 1.1 million for Elliot Abbott. We'll call you up and see if you're any good. 2.9 million is certainly the biggest we've seen so far. Or was Teddy Cole's like 3 point something? I think Teddy Cole's... You're only 5'11" though. You're 6'2" and 15. We'll call you up instead. I don't need 7,000 goalkeepers, so we'll actually reject him. Elliot Abbott. His tackling's rubbish. He's probably more of a cam as well, isn't he? But we'll leave him at centre mid for now, and we'll train him in a certain way. And then he's 57 rated Wolf, but he's 6'2", so he's already better. Although his reactions are worse than Daniel Vogt. Yeah, he is actually slightly worse. Positioning is awful, so certainly that will be the development plan we put on him to do that one. Well then, that's arguably the best bit of transfer business we could have done all season long. Is sign that youngster. 2.9 million. Surely he's going to be like a 69 rated cam, something like that. He won't quite be 70. He might be 67, 68 rated. He should go up in rating for sure. Oh, we've landed on our feet there. We could have another worldy player, longer term, here at the club now. That will do for this episode. Certainly, I think it deserves a like. Hopefully, you've enjoyed. Decent transfer window for us. And so far, despite the hammering of Preston, a decent start to the season for us as well. Averaging a goal a game outside of the game against Preston. To be fair, we conceded 9 in the last 2 that we played. So actually, we're 4 games played, 2 goals conceded. We just have been conceded 9 in the next 2 play games. Right then, top of the table, 100% record Sheffield United to start us off tomorrow. Bloody hell. And then Blackpool, who came up with us, of course, Rotherham and Middlesbrough. Oh, God. I have no idea what's going to happen this season. I don't think you can tell from that episode either. A comfortable 3-1 win, a battering at 5-0, and a 3-1 to 3-3 comeback against 10 men. This is going to be an entertaining season, though. That's for damn sure. That might even be the most entertaining episode we've had all saved long. That had everything. A red card, plenty of goals, a youngster worldy. I'm very happy with that. Very happy indeed. I will see you tomorrow for more. Please come back. I think it's going to be worth your while.